Hello, I'm Kevin McNamara, Chief Executive of the Great Western Hospital. As the second national lockdown comes to an end and we move into a system of tiers, I wanted to give you an update on our current situation at our trust with regards to coronavirus. The number of patients we have with confirmed or suspected COVID-19 today stands at just under 60, although that figure has been as high as 70 recently. We continue to be busy and we are now caring for three broad groups of people. COVID patients, those coming in for planned appointments and surgery, and those needing urgent and emergency care. That gives us some significant operational challenges, but we are working extremely hard to keep as many of our services going to reduce the number of patients who are having to wait for treatment as a result of the measures we had to take during the first wave earlier this year. We are also supporting additional patients suffering with illnesses seen during the winter months. I've been asked a few times lately about how this compares with last year and whether we really are busier now than we were then. The reality is that those kind of year-on-year comparisons no longer help. Our hospital is a very different place to last year. For example, due to social distancing measures, we now have about 10% less beds and less space for outpatient appointments than we did before the pandemic. I've also been asked about the number of patients in intensive care, but the reality is we know much more about the coronavirus than we did back in March and April, and we are able to care for many COVID patients without them needing that level of care now. But our intensive care unit, which is bigger than last year, is almost full today. What's really important to remember is that coronavirus is very real, and we need to keep up a relentless focus on following the right precautions and staying safe. I know we'd all like to be out of Tier 2 as soon as possible, but it's only by taking the right action now that we will be able to move into Tier 1 in the future. While we are making progress on recovering from the first wave, we can only do so if our case rate stays low, and that will only happen if people follow the latest guidance. By following this guidance, you'll help to reduce our case rate and we can continue to care for everyone in Swindon, those with COVID and those without. Last week we launched the Let's Do It for Our GWH campaign alongside Swindon Borough Council. The campaign urges everyone to do their bit to protect the health service locally by following the current coronavirus guidance. Our hospital is often the most visible part of the health system locally, but the reality is COVID has impacted upon the entire health and social care system and will continue to do so. That's why we all need your help at this time. My thanks go to our community for your ongoing support, to our trust and to all of our staff right across health and social care who have been working extremely hard for a very long time to keep us all safe. Thank you.